So, check this out, people. I want to talk about AMC today. Last year, I bought a $5 put on AMC for January of 2024. I bought the put 4 months in advance, knowing that eventually AMC would go down to $5. Right now, I'm at the money. Since AMC is at $5.15, that is what it closed at yesterday on Friday. AMC is a $3 stock at most. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this. I know a lot of people don't want to believe it. Unfortunately, those who watch YouTube, in order to get advice on the stock market, on AMC, GME, and all of these other failing companies, they have been lied to, they have been deceived by people like Boss Blunt, Thomas James, Rance, who only owns 51 shares of GME. And yet he's always claiming that we should buy into that failing company because he connects the dots and he knows that GME is a thriving company. And yet, in the 3 years that he's been pumping GME, he has only bought 51 shares. 51. Does anybody who believes in something, especially a stock like GME, why would he only buy 151 shares of this company when he's constantly making videos about how good this company is? When he's always making videos claiming that he buys 1 share of GME every day. So you're telling me, Rance, that in the past 3 years, you've only bought 51 shares of GME, and yet you go on YouTube telling your followers that they should buy into a stock that you yourself haven't bought into in 3 years, because the last time you bought into GME was when GME was at $210. And you're down thousands of dollars, thousands, more than $10,000 you're down. You're down at least 17 grand. And since then, you haven't bought 1 share. How can you make YouTube videos telling your followers that they should buy into GME, and yet you haven't bought 1 share? GME was at $11 just a few weeks ago, and you didn't buy 1 share. How come? How come you didn't buy a share of GME if you believe that this piece of shit stock is going to the moon? If you believe in this company so much, GameStop won't stop according to you. Why have you stopped buying shares? Because 51 shares, bro, in 3 years, that's how much you believe in GME? And yet you're lying to your viewers, your followers. Now, you and I both know that you only own 51 shares. So how can you go on YouTube? This is my question to you, Rance. How can you go on YouTube, disrespect anyone who doesn't believe in what you believe, who doesn't buy into what you buy into? You disrespect Bill Pote, you disrespect everybody else on YouTube that won't buy into GME, but that buy into other companies that are actually thriving, right? Because it doesn't matter what stock they buy into. It's a shitty stock unless they buy into the stock that you're heavily invested in. Heavily invested at 51 shares? No, you're not heavily invested, bro. You're at a huge loss. You had a huge loss because you FOMO'd in at the top. You bought in at $210. You FOMO'd in at the top. And this is why you haven't bought into the stock that you constantly pump, because you don't believe in GME. You are a two-faced hypocrite. You got no balls. You are a punk. You call everybody who doesn't believe in your bullshit a punk, but you're a punk. You're an asshole. You're a cheater, you're a thief, and you're a liar. Because you got the nerve to go on YouTube, lie to the masses, tell them that you believe in GME, and yet GME has tanked. Not only has it tanked, but you haven't bought one share. One share. I own more shares of GME than you do. I own more shares of GME than you do. See, the difference between me and you is that I'm smart enough to sell when it goes up $1 or $2. I'm smart enough to sell. Because everybody knows that the market goes up and then right back down again. The only one who doesn't know that is you. This is why you bought in at $210. This is why you're down over 17 grand on your GME investment. This is why you haven't reinvested into GME. And then you continue to lie to the masses, claiming that you buy one share of GME every day. You've been saying that for 3 years, that you buy one share of GME every day. You want people to buy in at a discount. You're constantly telling people, once it went down to 25, you said, it's at a discount, buy it. When it went down to $20, you said it's at a discount, buy it. When it went down to 15, when it went down to 13, when it went down to 11, you said it's at a discount, buy it. Yet you haven't bought one share in 3 years. The last time you bought was about 3 years ago. The only reason you make videos is because you need to be bailed out. You want the very same people who follow you, who watch you, which, just so you could understand, the majority of the people who comment on your channel are bots. So you could talk shit about all these other AMC pumpers, claiming that most of the people who watch them are bots. But if you look at your views, you don't get a third of views. You have over 9,000 subscribers, and you're lucky if you get 2,000 views per video. Most of the people who watch you are bots. Most of the people who comment are bots. Your narrators, who you're constantly pumping up, don't own one share of GME. Not one. Not one. Why don't they make videos pumping GME? Why don't any of them have videos on YouTube pumping GME? Why does Lindo Real, before he deleted his gay porn channel on YouTube, never had one thing concerning GME? Alto, Modo, Almo, whatever his name is, why doesn't he have videos promoting GME? These people are paid by you to do your detective work. Those are the people that you pay so that they can research other YouTubers, and then they come back to you with the gossip, the bochinche, right? So that you can go back on your channel and entertain us, because that's all you are, an entertainer, a fucking clown. You put on your tap shoes and then you put on a dance for us, because that's all you're good for, right? Is to be a clown and to lie to the masses, to encourage them to buy into GME so that you can be bailed out of the stock that you FOMO'd into, and now you're down so low that you need to get out. And so my question to you is, Morant, why haven't you bought any more shares of GME when it was at a discount at 25? When it was at a discount at 20, at 15, at 13, at 11? Why haven't you bought one share of GME? Why don't you tell your followers that? Why don't you tell your viewers why you haven't bought into the same stock that you constantly pump? If you're a man, if you got balls between your legs and not a vagina, which I believe you do, you got a vagina between your legs, because you're a punk. You're a scumbag, you're a cheater, you're a liar, you're a scammer. And you know what I'm saying is true. You can make a video disrespecting everybody that doesn't believe in what you believe. You can make a video disrespecting everybody who doesn't buy into your shitty nonsense and your shitty stock. But the fact is that you don't even believe the bullshit you're pumping. Because if you did, you'd own more than 51 shares of GME. So be a man. Take that tampon out of your vagina and tell your viewers the truth. Tell them why you haven't bought into GME and why you only own 51 shares, punk.